The world's first serial killer H. Holmes. The 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, referred to at the time as the Columbian Exposition, commended the 400th commemoration Christopher Columbus' appearance in the Americas. The tremendous show highlighted numerous wondrous displays, including the United States' first gas-controlled motorcar, the Daimler quadricycle, and a 1,500-pound sculpture of the Venus de Milo made of chocolate. Notwithstanding, the World's Fair turned out to be better known for a construction that was more frightful than coordinators might have envisioned, the supposed murder castle of H. Holmes, America's previously archived chronic executioner. Who was H. Holmes? H. Holmes was conceived Herman Webster Mudgett in New Hampshire in 1861. As a grown-up, he deserted his young spouse and kid in 1885 to move to Illinois. Once there, he changed his name to Holmes, apparently as a respect to the anecdotal English investigator Sherlock Holmes, the scholarly formation of creator Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Before long his appearance in the Chicago region, Holmes took up work at a drugstore situated close to Jackson Park. After 8 years, Jackson Park would turn into the site of the 1893 World's Fair. The Columbian Exposition, as it was called, was planned by a portion of America's driving designers, including Frederick Law Olmsted, and included displays from in excess of 40 nations. The occasion pulled in excess of 27 million guests to Chicago, an amazing number considering the restricted transportation alternatives of the time. Holmes exploited a portion of the numerous guests to the city, including young ladies who came to Chicago for occupations at the carnival. The Murder Castle. Students of history trust Holmes, a mind-blowing and appealing rascal, had cheated cash from his pharmacy businesses. He bought a vacant part in the Englewood neighborhood of Chicago, and constructed an overly complex design with shops on the main floor and little lofts above. This building became known as Holmes' booby-caught murder castle. As per sentimentalist reports, the space highlighted soundproof rooms, secret sections, and a bewildering labyrinth of foyers and flights of stairs. The rooms were likewise purportedly furnished with secret entryways over chutes that dropped Holmes' clueless casualties to the structure's cellar. The cellar, claims said, was a ghastly abyss of corrosive tanks, pits of quicklime, regularly utilized on rotting carcasses, and a crematorium, which the executioner used to polish off his casualties. These depictions, nonetheless, were portrayed by what were probably excessively decorated or even created news reports during the 1890s. Holmes' victims. While reports propose Holmes killed upwards of 200 individuals in his evil sanctuary, his genuine number of casualties may have been a lot lower. The quantity of his casualties is as yet bantered by antiquarians. Holmes was secured before long he escaped Chicago, in October 1893, following the finish of the World's Fair. He was captured in Boston and ultimately associated with killing his partner, Benjamin Pitzel, and 2 of Pitzel's youngsters. Curiously, while on the run, Holmes had deluded Pitzel's significant other too, gathering the protection cash for his previous aid in living with his widow and 3 of their kids. Police in the long run found the assemblage of one of the killed kids, and this disclosure prompted Holmes' capture. Following his capture, Holmes professed to have killed in excess of 200 individuals in his murder castle. He eventually admitted to killing Pitzel and 2 of his girls. What's more, specialists currently accept he may have, indeed, killed as not many as 9, still a huge number, however not the scores the executioner guaranteed. While in imprisonment, anticipating his preliminary and condemning, Holmes composed a self-portrayal, Holmes' own story, where he expressed, "I was unable to help the way that I was a killer. Close to the artist can assist the motivation with singing." The most popular scholarly work on Holmes, nonetheless, is the top-of-the-line verifiable novel The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, which was distributed in 2003. After a concise detainment, Holmes was hanged for his wrongdoings in Philadelphia in 1896. His body is covered in Holy Cross Cemetery outside the Pennsylvania city. What befell the murder castle? Regardless of Holmes' capture and execution, tales have persevered for over a century that the chronic executioner paid off specialists to stay away from discipline. The hypotheses recommend that Holmes was permitted to get away and that authorities hanged another man. Because of these tales, in March 2017, Holmes' relatives, who live in Delaware, requested to have his remaining parts uncovered with the goal that they can go through DNA testing. The outcomes finished up the remaining parts did indeed have a place with Holmes. In the interim, the destiny of the site of the executioner's endeavors is likewise covered in interest. with Holmes, purportedly, securely tucked away in jail. In 1895, the murder castle was gutted by fire, after witnesses apparently saw two men entering the structure late one evening. The actual structure stayed remaining until 1938, when it was destroyed. The site is currently involved by the Englewood part of the U.S. Mail Center.